While the teachers were calculating the final scores, all the students were waiting around on the training grounds.
Fujin internally laughed while noticing, wow, some of them are so nervous, it's so cute. Ha ha ha.
Only the two yawning Naras and Teru looked calm.
The teachers finally came back, led by Hokage himself.
Hiruzen gave another inspiring come brainwashing speech while praising everyone for their efforts and the display of their talents. After his speech, Genki walked forward and displayed the results on a board.
As Fujin expected, he was the one ranked first. The scores of the top 5 were Fujin 194, Hana 188, Teru 186.
Fujin, looking at his rank, was very satisfied. It was as he expected. However, on taking a deeper look and checking the scores in each individual category for him and others, he was a bit shocked.
Damn, I'm ranked 1 only due to the leaf concentration competition. If I didn't build a huge lead there, then Hana would have outranked me and Teru would have been tied with me. I didn't expect anyone else to get a 100 in written exams.
He exhaled a long breath of air in relief. I guess I have been incredibly lucky with the marking system of the leaf concentration competition.
Chakra control is where I am much superior than these kids from clans, but sadly for them, their specialties weren't marked in this manner.
Yori and Teru could have easily scored much more if the shuriken competition was made more difficult.
Similarly, they'd have been much superior than everyone if ninjutsu was tested. After all, fireball jutsu is a rank C jutsu.
I am sure Genki would have noticed this too, so next year, the marking scheme might be different.
Even though I ranked first, I still have much to work on. I shouldn't slack off. Instead, I should be intensifying my training.
He noticed that Hana and Teru were looking at him with very aggrieved looks, as if he had done them a huge injustice.
After a second, he realized that they were probably mad due to the results of the leaf concentration competition. He just decided to ignore them. Hiruzen felt as if Genki was looking very grumpy. He began to guess what made him so irritated. Genki was very irritated. He thought, this brat, for 10 fucking months he didn't answer a single question in class.
Who knows what the fuck he does with his left hand always under his desk? The one time I tried to check, all I found was a lot of soil under his desk.
And now he scores a perfect 100 on written exams? Don't tell me that after he goes home all he does is study. Right, then he felt like the Hokage was looking at him. Seeing Hokage looking at him, he understood what Hokage wanted and quickly announced, "All right everyone, be silent for a while. As I had told you guys on the first day, Lord Hokage would come here to watch your performance. However, there's an additional reward for the one who scores the highest in this exam. The best student can ask Lord Hokage for a reward." On hearing this, the civilian kids were surprised, while the kids from clans seemed to already know this.
Genki Suzuki Fujin, step forward.
Fujin walked forward while thinking, I wonder what the limits of the reward are. Can I ask for private tutoring from him? Any forbidden or rank S jutsus? Or better yet, ask for the Scroll of Sealing. I wonder what face he'd make if I asked for the Scroll of Sealing or something like Ito Tensei. Oh well, I need to show proper respect now, I guess.
When Fujin reached in front of Hiruzen, he bowed respectfully.
Hiruzen was very pleased. He smiled kindly and said, "You've performed really well. I can see that you have worked really hard to be able to rank first in your class.
The will of fire burns strong in you."
Fujin thought sarcastically, yeah, right. Hiruzen continued, ask what reward you'd like. Fujin took a glance at Genki and was a bit surprised at his irritated look. Lord Hokage, I would like to get seals that can replicate the effect weights have on our physique, but without any detrimental side effects. Hiruzen was a bit surprised by what Fujin asked for. However, he soon nodded and said, all right. However, it will require some time to be prepared. I'll call you to my office when it is ready.
Thank you very much, Lord Hokage." After that, he retreated back among the kids.
However, before they were dismissed, Genki announced that they would have a class tomorrow. Hearing that, most of the kids groaned. Students from other divisions already started their vacations 2 days back.
Genki, however, tried his best to assure everyone that this will be the last class.
The next day, everyone was present in the classroom. Genki arrived and the class greeted him.
Genki started by saying, "Before we start, I have to say that I am very proud of your performance yesterday.
Keep up your hard work, and soon you all will be splendid shinobi."
As for today's class, don't worry, it'll be very exciting for you. I will be talking about what options are available to you guys in the future."
Genki started with the easiest one to understand, the medic nin. He explained what a medic ninja does and emphasized their importance in a squad. He even mentioned Tsunade in order to increase the interest of his students.
He followed it up with various other possibilities like Assault Ninja, Tracking Ninja, Sensor Ninja, Hunter Nin, Infiltration Ninja, Communication Ninja, and so on.
He also explained about specializing: Genjutsu, Taijutsu, various elemental ninjutsu. A ninja could become very powerful if specialized in one of these.
Around 10 a.m., Genki finally ended his lecture. He said, "All right, with this, now you are officially on your vacation."
Fujin was very happy with this lecture. He thought, finally, I got a chance.
Many students got very excited and started celebrating. However, Genki raised his voice and continued, "But think about what we talked about today.
If anyone has any doubts, they can consult me. I'll be in the staff room till noon."
Many students just ran out of class. Fujin instead went to the shuriken training ground and started practicing.
After half an hour, he decided to visit Genki. On reaching the staff room, he knocked and entered after being permitted.
Genki was the only teacher present. Looking at Fujin, Genki was still irritated a bit.
However, after a few seconds, he let out a sigh and thought, forget it. I guess he is just too reserved to actively participate in class.
Fujin was puzzled by looking at Genki's sigh. He called him to get his attention. "Sensei." Genki replied, "So what queries do you want to clear?"
Sensei, could you update my workout routine again and also tell me more about those seals and how to use them?
Genki nodded and took a look at his workout routine again. After considering the addition of seals, he made a few changes to the routine.
All right, follow this plan, and if you get comfortable, you can increase the pressure that seals can put on you. However, don't increase the pressure a lot, or you can get injured.
Fujin nodded. "Thank you, Sensei."
Sensei, I thought about the roles you mentioned during the lecture, and I'm really interested in being a sensor, so can you tell me how I should train for it?
Genki was really surprised by this request. Not able to understand the reason, he asked, "Why do you want to become a sensor?"
"Sensei, if an enemy sneaks up on me or my team in the future, being a sensor would help me save all of us.
Also, I'll be able to detect enemies from far away and prevent us from falling into any ambush."
After finishing, Fujin smirked internally.
Genki was a bit surprised by the answer. All the stuff that Fujin just said was what he himself had said in class. He seems a bit too interested in becoming a sensor. It's not something that can happen in merely 2 hours. It's as if he knew about sensors beforehand.
"Since when did you want to become a sensor ninja?"
I wasn't aware of sensor ninjas until today's lecture.
He then sheepishly rubbed the back of his head while saying, "However, I was thinking along those lines from the day you snuck up on me in the library."
Genki was stunned by the reply. I never thought that a simple incident like that had such an impact on him, and that was merely his first day. Sigh.
"I am not a sensor, so I won't be able to help you with this."
Hearing that, he saw a dejected look at Fujin. Fujin was thinking, oh please, not another trick again. However, I have a good friend who is a sensor and is in the sensor division of Konoha. I'll ask him to train you over the vacation.
Fujin put up an excited expression while thinking, oh, I do have a lot of plans, not just for the vacation, but also for the next year or two.
No, Sensei.
Genki smiled and said,
Genki arrived at Fujin's house at 8 a.m. They left together.
They arrived at a training ground. A man with a Yamanaka crest was waiting.
"Should have guessed. In Konoha, they are the best sensors."
Yo, this is the kid I was talking about. Fujin, he is Shin. He was my classmate. He is a special jonin.
He'll be giving you tips on how to become a sensor. He may seem grumpy at times, but don't worry, he is a very kind person.
Good morning, Shin-sensei. Damn you, Genki. Not only do you give such a shit introduction, but now are also trying to pull me into being a sensei?
Kiddo, don't ever call me sensei.
Why is everyone so strange?
Damn, why do you have to be so grumpy so early in the day?
So what do I call you?
Call me Shin Aniki. Why don't I call you Old Geezer?
Stop being creepy. Let him call you sensei.
All right, leave it. All right, kiddo. First, let's see how talented you are in becoming a censor. If your talent is very poor, then I won't be teaching you, and you shouldn't waste your time on it either.
Shin instructed Fujin to sit in a meditative pose and sense his chakra field.
It took nearly half an hour for Fujin to sense his chakra field. Shin tested Fujin's chakra field. 7.3 meters, not bad. An average ninja has a chakra field of 4 to 5 meters.
In my Yamanaka clan, we train our youngsters in becoming a censor if their chakra field exceeds 7 meters, while for other Konoha shinobi, the minimum requirement is 5.9 meters.
However, that is just the bare minimum. Quite a few in the Yamanaka clan had their chakra field exceed 10 meters before they started training to become a censor.
I myself had a radius of 10.6 meters, so while you can become a censor, you'll have to do a lot of hard work. So are you sure you still want to train to become a censor?
Fujin nodded.
All right, I'll guide you. However, the process of training to become a censor is quite complicated. We will need proper training facilities.
I'll take you to the place where Konoha censors are trained. You will start visiting there daily at 10:30 a.m. from tomorrow onwards. Lord Hokage will have your seals ready by tomorrow. Report to his office tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Thank you, Sensei.
They went to the training facility in a mini forest. Fujin memorized the location. The next day, Fujin reached the facility at 10:28 a.m. Shin was there. Fujin saw many rooms, mostly empty, but some occupied.
These rooms isolate everything outside it, and also have seals that can eliminate all sound and smell in the room.
So you'll have to entirely depend on your ability to sense.
I see. I suppose this is where most of Konoha's censors train.
Shin led Fujin into a dark room painted black.
A blindfold will be placed on you, and after the seals are activated, all sound and smell in the room will be eliminated. After that, a few objects will be placed in the room. These objects have a small amount of chakra sealed within them. We will start by placing the object 3 meters from you, and later increase the range. Once you are done, I'll teach you how to increase your field size. Fujin trained for 2 hours with no success. Shin ended the training and gave encouragement. This is one of the objects. You can temporarily borrow this to practice at home. Just try to practice with your blindfold on. Ask someone else to place it so you don't know where it is. Fujin left for home, calculating his schedule. Hiruzen looked at the custom-made seals on his desk and sighed.
Konoha's edge in Fuinjutsu is fading fast. With the annihilation of the Uzumaki clan and Mito-sama passing,
Kushina and Minato had just started to make progress, but they died too young. Asking for such seals at such a young age is incredibly rare. Only a few geniuses among the clans usually train with this. At 6 p.m., Fujin reached the Hokage office and entered.
Good evening, Lord Hokage.
Well, at least his manners are very good.
Look up. Here are the seals you requested. This seal combines features to help train the body. You can manipulate the amount of pressure freely.
Thank you, Lord Hokage.
There is just one seal. I thought that there would be 4 or more. I guess this seal is much more advanced.
Lord Hokage, how do I use this seal? Just place the seal on your chest. It should stick to your body. It's reusable. But how do I increase or decrease the pressure? Also, how much pressure can be applied?
just focus your chakra on the seal. It's similar to the leaf concentration exercise. As for the maximum pressure, it is equivalent to wearing a body vest of 100 kilograms, 50 kilogram weights on each leg, and 25 kilogram weights on each arm.
Bastard. Shouldn't you say that first? Fujin gulped and showed a bit of fear on his face. Well, this will ensure that he always uses that seal very carefully. Hiruzen warned Fujin not to use the seal while sleeping or sparring. He ran all the way home. The pressure was high.
Finally, even this simple run was a challenge.
I can understand his point of view. Trying to fight without that pressure will cause plenty of issues. However, Kaguya did have a high gravity dimension, so I should try to learn to fight under high pressure too. This seal is very good. It applies pressure throughout my body. Ending his training